Hey guys, so in other videos we've talked about trying to relax and enjoy your English practice, but enjoyment isn't the only way to learn English. There's also fear. Let's take a look. So let me start out by asking you a question. Do you remember your first day in a new school? Or do you remember a time when you got really embarrassed? Most people remember things like that really well, even if it was a super long time ago. In fact, you probably remember all kinds of details about things like that, right? The situation, where you were, who you were with, what those people said to you, maybe even what clothes you were wearing, right? Now, why is it so easy to remember all those details, even if a situation took place a long time ago? Well, with things like that, it's easy because those are really emotional situations. They're emotional experiences. They're intense. You're going through them. You're right there. Your mind isn't off thinking about other things, right? You're right in that moment. And that emotion, feeling excited or nervous or afraid or embarrassed, that emotion helps to preserve all the details of that situation for you, even years later. So what does this mean for language learning? So in order to explain this, I want to tell you a story about a friend of mine and student who came to Canada to learn English. Now, this guy was pretty low level when he started. He was in an intermediate class, but he learned pretty quick. He made a lot of friends. He was a fun-loving guy. Now, one day he got a job here in Canada, and he was pretty nervous about it because his English was still pretty low level. Now, the job was working for a spa, helping out. It wasn't really working with people, but occasionally native English speakers would stop him to ask him questions. And they would say something like, excuse me, where do I put these towels? Or like, where am I supposed to go for the massage? And he would turn around and just be like white and like sweating and nervous, right? But he answered their questions. And over the months of him working there, he was constantly sort of embarrassed and nervous and excited and exhilarated and satisfied. And eventually his English exploded. So I see this all the time. People come to Canada, they get a job in English, and their English explodes. Why? Now, yes, they're using English every single day at their job, so that helps for sure. But there's another reason, and it gets back to what we were talking about before. These people aren't just using English every day. They're not doing English grammar exercises or boring academic practice. They're actually living in English. They're having crazy, emotional, and intense experiences in English. They're feeling angry, they're feeling sad, they're feeling joy, they're feeling satisfaction, they're feeling embarrassed and nervous every single day, right? And that's helping their English explode. So I really want to emphasize something here for you. Most people understand that enjoying your practice with language learning will help you learn, right? Being really engaged in what you do, having fun, that's going to help you sort of stop taking it so seriously and learn quickly. Playing a video game that you like in English, reading books that you love, watching movies, stuff like that, going out with friends, all of that is going to help you learn because it's enjoyable and you're engaged and paying attention. But the best way to learn language is to have intense life experiences while using that language, right? It's to live in that language. And yes, that means that you're going to be uncomfortable and you're going to be nervous and you're sometimes going to be afraid and you're going to feel stressed. But that's okay because all of those emotions are helping change who you are. They're helping your body learn that language deeply, and they're supporting all these details. All those emotions, even negative ones, positive ones, intense ones, they're helping you remember all the details of everything. Details like the way people talk and the question someone asks you and their reaction and the words they use and the grammar that they use, right? So this is really important. I think if you're sitting at home and you're just learning your language in a really dry academic way with grammar books and trying to memorize cue cards, that's fine, but you're kind of doing it the slow way. Other things you can do, you can volunteer in English. You can join a gym and talk to people there in English. Now, you're probably going to be afraid and maybe nervous doing stuff like this, having these experiences. But don't forget that those supposedly negative emotions, they're helping you remember the language. They're helping you learn. They're lifting you up. So embrace them, right? I think the main thing we have to learn here is that language learning is messy, right? You can't always control everything about your language practice. But this is actually good news because you don't have to. If you're out there having interesting life experiences, having crazy life experiences, and embracing the emotion of that, even so-called negative emotions, you're going to learn the language with no effort at all. It's going to be easy. And if you just start small with little things, pushing your comfort zones in little ways, talking to people a little bit, facing your fears, embracing anxieties and nervousness, you're going to find that all of that intensity, all of that emotion helps you learn English. You're going to start noticing that, and you're going to start building momentum. So that's my advice. Embrace the mess of language learning. Embrace the mess of life. Go out there, use English, feel sad, feel angry, feel happy, feel excited, nervous, embarrassed, afraid, and let all those emotions invigorate your language learning. Let them lift you up. Let them help you. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.